Hey guys, it's your boy Brodidus out here with a in-depth combo video of my Red-Eyes Primite Metalmorph deck that I'd shown off previously on my channel. This one went undefeated at my locals, and I figured I'd show off a fun little video showing off the combos of the deck and giving you an in-depth guide to the deck's combos and basically just how the deck operates, the method to my madness. I think showing off first the most basic combo of the deck. It is the meat and potatoes. It is your one-card starter, Meta Illusionist. This card is probably one of the better normal summons. There's a better one, but just showing off, you know, the basics of the Metalmorph engine, which is one of the more important engines of the deck. It gets you one of your best forms of interruption and has, you know, the main monster this gets into has won me plenty of games. But let's just say your hand is like 3 Imperms and an Ash Blossom, and you have this, you know? Or like, let's say, you know, I don't run in 3 Imperm. So let's just say all hand traps except for this. So you normal summon Meta Illusionist. Meta Illusionist will get you on normal summon, max Metalmorph, set to the deck. Set directly from deck, I mean. Then, Meta Illusionist, you can declare one type. We declare Dragon. And then pass the turn over. If that's all, you know, let's say that's all you got. No sets, no nothing, just bunch of hand traps in this. Meta Illusionist, set the Metalmorph. Then on draw phase, or, you know, whenever they want to do anything, on their opponent's turn, you get to declare a monster type. So declare, well, you declared the monster type on your turn. On their turn, it gains 4 levels, making it a level 5 dragon. You activate the max Metalmorph, tributing the Meta Illusionist. The good thing about this is that it tributes for cost, so they can't really, like, destroy your Meta Illusionist unless they've done something, you know, previously. But it tributes for cost, so it's no longer on the field. So really the only way they can stop this is like an Ash Blossom. Or, I mean, even if they had an Imperm set, you kind of just activate this. But activate the Max Metalmorph, getting you the Red-Eyes Full Metal Black Dragon, equipping Max Metalmorph to this. Max Metalmorph gives Red-Eyes Full Metal Black Dragon protection from destruction and targeting effects from monsters and spells. Unfortunately, not traps, as stated previously in the video showing the deck profile. Because Bandit Keats Metal Zoa was stopped by Joey's Trap Hole, unfortunately, it can be targeted and destroyed by trap effects, which is an unfortunate, like, oversight of the deck. I said last time I came into a point where I literally had him locked down because of Imperm, and I couldn't do anything about it. And luckily, I did win that match because I had other things in the deck that really did help me keep him from getting fully locked out. But overall, it helped. I mean, overall, it just really worked out. This is the most basic combo of the deck. It is a little 1-card combo with Meta Illusionist. This gets you an Omni-Negate and a Burn, and that's about it. And a 38... Oh, yeah, he also gains 400 attack because of, you know, Metalmorph. But also a 3,800 attack wall. That it's pretty hard for a lot of decks, unless you're playing, like, Voiceless, where you can just beat over it, to really just get through. Overall, I think, you know, I like this card so much. I think it's a fun card. As a big fan of Joey Wheeler and the Red-Eyes engine, I love this card. This card has been, you know, amazing. Overall, this won me a lot of games, just him by himself, honestly. There was a lot of boards where I just had him, and I even lost the Max Metalmorph. Like, this got destroyed because they couldn't destroy him, so they got rid of that. Couldn't get rid of Full Metal, and then I just swung for game. It's just great. It's a fun card. But that is the first combo. We'll be going on to the second one very shortly. Hey guys, welcome to the second combo of the deck. It is a little more intricate than the first one. The first one is pretty simple. It's basically the same thing as like a advanced T set, except you're not setting the Meta Illusionist. But this combo is a little more intricate. It utilizes more of the Red-Eyes package. More specifically, a lot of Dragon Link players will you know, pretty much know what I'm talking about when I show off Black Metal Dragon. It is the second 1-card combo of the deck. This is probably the better starter than Metal Illusionist, I would think. You get just a little more off of this than Metal Illusionist. It gets you another layer of interaction, and it also just is pretty good. So let's just get on with the combo. You start off by normal summoning Black Metal Dragon. Then you link him off. I forgot to set up my links. Sorry about that. You link him off for the Striker Dragon. You know, basic Dragon Link combos. You know, anyone who knows Dragon Link will know what I'm going for. Black Metal effects. Search the Red-Eyes Darkness Metal. Banish Striker. Summon the Red-Eyes Darkness Metal. Darkness Metal effect. Black Metal Dragon. You know, link off these two into seals. And this is where the combo kind of gets a little different. So I like to, normally, after the Black Metal, you know, the Black Metal search of Red-Eyes Darkness Metal and the seals, you know, the second Black Metal search, usually you search out Full Metal. Because Full Metal has a good effect where you can shuffle him back into deck to grab Max Metalmorph. But let's say you already have Max Metalmorph in hand. You know, you don't have Full Metal yet. So you didn't draw him. You can actually draw this guy. Red-Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. It is a level 6 Dark Dragon, and basically what it does is you special summon him by tributing a normal monster, and you're able to special summon him as a level 7. He's a level 7 dragon. Fulfilling the requirements of the level 5 or higher dragon, you need to summon him out. And let's say you already have Metalmorph in hand. You do that. You know, you have this guy. On your opponent's turn, you flip this, tribute, and summon him, getting you an Omni Negate and a burn with protection, and a bounce back with a possible special summon of, let's say, Magnuma. You can get Magnuma. You can get, as the previously mentioned, this guy. You can get any monster that's a dragon with this guy. Unless they have, of course, the Call by the Grave. But this gets you a little extra layer of interaction than the basic Illusionist play. But let's say you didn't have Metalmorph in hand. So what you did was you used Black Metal, you know, the Black Metal Dragon Search, the second one, to get yourself a Full Metal. So you get Full Metal, you send this back into deck. Send this back into deck. Then you add Max Metalmorph to hand. Set it, and your turn. Eventually, your opponent is going to activate something that's going to, you know, it's going to have something that's going to be bounceable by seals. So you tribute seals. Then, spin that thing back to hand. Special summon any dragon immediately after the summon. Max Metalmorph. Tribute that dragon. Special summon him. And boom, you got basically same type of combo, but a little different. Of course, you would summon a different dragon than Red-Eyes. You'd probably summon something like Magnuma, just so you can get an extra search after that, getting you maybe a little bit of Primite, or maybe if you want, you can search this guy just for something. But overall, just for the sake of simplicity, you can search any dragon you can special summon any dragon off of him that can be special summoned. And, well, it's a normal monster, so you can special summon him, and he fulfills the requirement of a level 5 or higher dragon for Full Metal. That is the second combo. It gets a pretty decent layer of interaction. I mean, you get your bounce, you get your Omni. It's basically been the basic turn 1 Dragon Link play that I've seen a lot of times. There was another player playing this type of deck. Not my deck, you know, obviously, but I was dealing against a Bestial Control player, and he ended on this before. Like, it is a decent ender. You know, if you use your interactions wisely, you have 2 pretty solid interactions that can get you anything. And let's say you even went the play that I said previously, where you had Metalmorph in hand already and you set it. This guy Engrave gets you Red-Eyes Fusion by just banishing it, and you get to search Red-Eyes Fusion, which gets you Dragoon. So that's an obviously pretty good follow-up. Pretty decent follow-up for the deck. Allowing you to get really, really solid plays out of not a lot of cards. Now, we're going to move on to the third combo, showcasing more often the Primite stuff, as that is something that I've seen a lot of people have some questions on in the comments. Hi, guys. Welcome to the third combo of the, basic combo guide of the deck. Next, I'll be showcasing the Primite cards. Sorry if the camera angle's a little wonky. I had a little bit of a problem with my tripod. Either way, I hope I fixed it a little bit, and it's not that noticeable. Either way, here is the third combo, just basically showing off some of the more in-depth combos of the deck. We have Primite Lordly Load. This is the third one-card starter of the deck. You really want to see this card. It is a fantastic card, probably one of the best cards printed out of Rhoda. It is the one-card starter of the Primite engine, getting you a lot of what you need in the deck. And I guess I'll showcase it right now for you guys. So here we go. Let's say you've drawn this and the rest of your hand is ass. So we have Primite Lordly Load. You activate it. It is a continuous spell. On activation, you get to search a Primite card, which can be either the Imperial Dragon, the Drill Beam, or the Roar. If you already have the Imperial Dragon in hand, search the Drill Beam. I think this is a better card than the Roar. Roar is good in certain situations, but Drill Beam is honestly just a pretty good interaction and just gets you everything you need when it comes to, defense for Primite. The Roar is pretty good, but you pay 2,000 to summon out that monster. So, we'll summon out a normal monster. It can get you some plays, but most likely, other than not, you're hoping to draw into this card, not search it. Unless you already have the Drill Beam in hand. Let's say your hand is this. You usually want to search this, but let's say your hand has these three pieces in it. You usually search the Roar last. That was my ball game when it came to Primite. I searched Roar last. It was my last in priority for the searches. These two are usually the ones I search. I usually search this guy, and then if I had that guy, then I usually search the Drill Beam just for some extra oomph in my plays. But either way, let's say you searched. Put these aside. You didn't have the Imperial Dragon on your field. You searched him. So you searched the Imperial Dragon. Primite Lordly Load's second effect allows you to declare a name. So I'm going to declare Red-Eyes Black Dragon, special summoning it to my side of the field. And then you cannot activate the effects of special summon monsters for the rest of the turn. I've seen a lot of people use the Dogmatica package, as it does lock you out of your extra deck with Primite. Since a lot of your extra deck monsters are special summoned and they need to use their effects. Dogmatica, you can do all your Dogmatica stuff first, getting you Garura and some other interaction, then go into your Primite stuff. I don't agree with that. I like using my extra deck. And as long as you just use the second effect of Lordly Load last, kind of like ties that bind for the Shining Sarcophagus deck. If you use Lordly Load last, you're able to actually just kind of circumvent that and still activate the card because it doesn't lock you completely on activation of the first effect. It's just on the second effect. On your opponent's turn, if they have a pretty sizable board, and let's say they have a bunch of darks on the field, what you can do if they haven't got, or when they first interact to get rid of your Red-Eyes Black Dragon, you can quick effect Primite Imperial Dragon, tribute him, and special summon him. At that point, you Underworld Goddess the field, so you blanket negate, and then you banish all cards on the field that share an attribute with the card sent to the graveyard. Well, with the normal monsters in your graveyard. So, he is a dark, so let's say we're playing against Yubel, and they have Phantom, and not Phantom, they would be able to out that. But let's say they have Spirit of Yubel and Samsara on the field, and you banish both of them because of this. So it's really hard for them to out, or let's say they have basic Yubel, before they go into the Necro Whip or some stuff like that. Either way, this card is a pretty solid card. I want to say it is very, very good. It won me a lot of games. A little bonus on Lordly Load. All Primite monsters and normal monsters you control gain 300 attack for every different named normal monster in the graveyard. So right now he is at 2,900. So it is a decently high body with a pretty good amount of, staying power, considering he is able to basically, he's able to stay for a while because he can just blanket negate the field. And that could stop some plays. Monsters only, by the way. Now, let's say you had him in hand already. So this was your hand. You had Primite Lordly and the Imperial Dragon. So you search the Drill Beam. So, activate Lordly, search the Drill Beam, special the Red-Eyes from deck, not grave. And then you basically set this. This gets you an extra layer of interaction because this card, you can have a normal monster on field, but you don't have to reveal that you have this card in hand. What you can do is you could just flip this over, and because you have Red-Eyes Black Dragon on the field, you can activate this first. So let's say they have the... Let's say you're dueling against Fire Kings and they summon Ponix. You can, even though you wouldn't do this to Ponix, at least I think so. I think you'd rather do it to something else. Drill Beam the Ponix, negate its effects, banish it, and because you have this on the field, you don't have to reveal the Primite card in your hand. And let's say they can still interact, tribute, blanket negate, and if this was Fire Kings, I would have Ruran instead, but he's in the side deck, unfortunately. Oh, shout out Papa Goat, but he's in the side deck, unfortunately. And yeah, that is the basic combo on that. And let's say you have both of these in hand and you search the Roar. You know, Roar is pretty good. So let's say you search the Roar. So you Lordly, search the Roar, set this. You can activate the Roar if you really want to, but I mostly set it. It is a quick play spell. And it really helped in some matchups. Like I dueled a gold pirate player and he couldn't activate his effects because my life points were lower than his because I was at 6k and he was at 62. So it was a pretty solid deck, activation for that. At that point, I would rather search this than the Drill Beam. But it can special, really only specials normal monsters from deck and it specials in defense position, which isn't bad. But let's say you activate it and you special summon Red-Eyes Black Dragon in defense. You can activate it again to special summon a different normal monster. Activate Lordly. That gives you an extra wall, I would say. And if they normal summon, you can banish this card from your graveyard to banish that card before it's summoned. Kind of like Bottomless Trap Hole, if I recall correctly. But basically, it banishes off of their normal summon. An extra thing about the Drill Beam is that on your turn, so let's say that was your turn, you know, you have this guy, and you still have this, you can immediately set the Drill Beam from grave as long as you control Primite monster. That is the basics of the Primite combo guide. It is a pretty solid package. I think it has very incredibly powerful interactions, and I think it's just pretty good, personally. It's very simple, though. A very simple combo guide, very simple deck. But I will actually now go into some more in-depth combos by drawing hands of 5 and seeing what I can make out of it. Yeah, let's get started with that. I'll do probably like 3 or 2 of those. Hey guys, welcome to the combo portion segment of the video. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I'm really excited to show you the combos of this deck and like mostly just showing off like what a hand of 5 can do with this deck and what you can really gain in a game, you know, in a game state. Let's get started. I'm going to draw my first hand of 5. Let's see. We have Primite Lordly. That's really good. Black Meteor. Amazing. We have Drill Beam. That's really great. Oop, there we go. Black Metal Dragon. Our starter of the deck. The main one, at least. And then we have the last card is, Crossout. Really great utility cards. I'm going to move the deck to the side. Looks like we're not really going to be going into the extra deck much. Well, we will twice with this deck, but either way, I'll show you where to start. So Crossout's just really good utility. We can just, you know, get started here. We're actually going to start off by normaling Black Metal Dragon, linking it away for Striker Dragon. Then Black Metal Effect in the graveyard will trigger, allowing us to get search off. We're actually going to be searching for Red-Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon right there. You know, it's very, you know, the standard bog standard, you know, Dragon Link plays when you aren't playing Pitsy or Romulus or, you know, a lot of those other cards. We're gonna go banishing Striker Dragon for Red-Eyes Darkness Metal's effect. Special summoning Black Metal from the graveyard. We're actually going to link off into Seals. I've found that like the Rocket Link package just doesn't give as much oomph the deck needs to like compete. Like it's good, but it's not really getting you places if you catch my drift. Black Metal's effect in graveyard is going to trigger it once more. Where we're going to be getting Full Metal. You know, it's a pretty solid card. well, it gets you, the whole game running. We're going to send Full Metal back to deck to search for to set a max Metalmorph directly from deck. Contrary to popular belief, it does not actually add it to hand, but does set it from deck. There we go. So setting it from deck, pretty solid choice. Then we just have, and also if they have like any hand trap or interruption, we have cross out for, the whole, if they have imperm or ash, for any of those, we have the cross out, which really helps us. We have our first layer of interruption here. We have our second one right there. Then we get to special summon you by sending away a normal monster. I'm going to send away Red-Eyes Black Dragon. Then a cool little combo that you can do with this card, well, with Primite Lordly Load, because you have, options to do it. We're going to activate Lordly Load, do the search of Primite Imperial Dragon. We could have done that first, honestly, to bait out an Ash, so we can get out our plays. We can guarantee our black metal plays, but let's say they didn't have any interruption. We just have cross out in hand, the times where it is just a dead card in hand, you don't really utilize it. We have the Primite Imperial Dragon in hand. Our hand is 3 cards with the Primite Drill Beam and the Primite Imperial. So Lordly is a continuous, so it stays up. Then we activate Lordly, specialing the Red-Eyes Black Dragon from the graveyard. I like putting it right there. Nothing special, nothing bad, nothing crazy. Then if we really wanted to, we could go into Link plays. We can go into Xyz. We can go into Flare Metal. We can go into, if they have cards on field, we can go into Big Eye. Dark Arm could be useful, SP, but mostly I'm just going to leave it how it is, just leave it where it lies, because we do have the Primite Imperial in hand. If we had another level 7 in this board state, like if I had Roar, I would be able to summon out another level 7, I'd, make these guys into a Red-Eyes Flare Metal just for some extra burn. But overall, this seems to be, after setting this, pretty good, board state. We have 1, 2, 3, 4... interactions really, and they're all really powerful ones. Plus we can send away this guy for another interaction with Magnema, getting us another dragon, which can get us Druid Worm, whatever really, the ball is in our court mostly. This deck is really reliant on what your opponent does. Like if they don't do anything, fire, you get to just play the game. Like let's say we get ourselves our game state, start of the main, standby main, max Metalmorph, tribute, for Full Metal, nothing crazy, nothing all too crazy. Now we have our Omni Negate, and next turn we even have this for, Dragoon, if we really need it, overall just a incredibly solid hand. Probably one of the best hands you're ever going to get for this deck. You have the protection of Crossout, plus you have the opportunities to go into really what you need for the full combos of the deck. I'm going to move everything up a little bit. Sorry if some things are a little out of frame. I was trying to find a good way to frame it all, and my camera kind of messed up. So I kind of had to make it a little zoomed in. So sorry about that, but overall, this is a pretty good board. It's breakable, it's very crackable, but it has, the best thing about this deck is that it can just bounce back after, any type of rule interruption. We could have also set cross out just in case they had the imperm for our big guy. That could have been useful, but, hindsight 2020, usually want to keep this because our plan is going to be next turn using this, banishing, and, getting ourselves a Red-Eye Fusion, Dragoon, usual, clean up the rest of the turn. That's a pretty, at least I want to say it's a pretty solid end board. Now let's go into the next hand. We're gonna try one more. I'm not gonna make it too long. The deck is pretty, goes through pretty much the same type of like play style, depending on the type of hand you draw. We could also go through a turn where we just draw completely ass. Depending on how the next hand goes, will depend on if I want to do more videos of this. Well, not videos, but more showcases of the deck. I'm just gonna shuffle a little bit. Just to, just get a little bit of, shuffle games. My deck is 40 cards, just double sleeved. I like double sleeving my cards. I've come to many points where it's like, damn, I wish I had my cards double sleeved. Before, when I was first starting to play Yu-Gi-Oh, like my first ever copy of Dragoon was just bent. because, you know, I wasn't able to really protect it all too well. So I always double sleeve cards now. It just makes me feel safer. I know the deck gets a little bulkier and it gets a little harder to shuffle, and it just gets a little tiresome. My hands are large. I can handle a, you know, a big deck like this. Pause. Sorry. That was a little much, you know. It was a little embarrassing. Oh well. Here we go. We cut the deck. Let's say, you know, game 1, we go first. Let's see what we got. 1, okay, Metal Illusionist, great. 2, awesome. 3, Lordly, amazing. Then we have Red-Eyes Fusion, amazing, pretty good. And finally, Crossout. Okay, this is a fantastic hand. Very good hand. So, the first thing I notice, you know, about this hand, mostly, is that we are going to go through basically a similar play, but just different, because we're going to have this guy and this guy. So here's what I think I'm going to do. Okay. First off, I'm going to activate the Lordly Load first. So Lordly is going to get us the Primite Imperial. Actually, you know what? We're not going to get the Primite Imperial. I'm going to show you something a little different. We're actually going to get the Primite Roar. Primite Roar is going to help us out here more than the Imperial, I want to say. Yeah, I think Primite Roar would help us out just a little more than Imperial ever really would. We're going to special summon this first by sending a card away. We're going to send away Red-Eyes Black Dragon. Hold on, let me show it. You know. So something. It's going to be, this is definitely a weaker hand, I want to say. It's easily crackable, but, you know, it's going to help us more in the long run when we're kind of running something like this. We're going to activate the Lordly, getting this over here, special summoning. Then we're going to actually Xyz into Red-Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. We're actually going to do the Xyz play. Xyz summoning Red-Eyes Flare Metal. Just because we have the Red-Eyes Fusion in hand, so we don't need that guy in grave. Plus we have the Metal Illusionist for this. So we normal summon Illusionist. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. I'm summon the Illusionist. On summon, we're going to set a Metalmorph from deck, Max Metalmorph. Set that from deck right next to the Lordly. Then declare Dragon, making it a level 1 dragon at the moment. Then what we can do, we can actually go through a pretty decent play here. So what we can do, because this is now a level 1 dragon, I'm actually going to activate that. I'm actually going to activate the Roar in hand. Activating that, paying 2,000 life points to special summon another Red-Eyes Black Dragon. Yeah, special summon Red-Eyes Black Dragon. Then, what we're going to do, after special, oh my god, I'm so sorry, oh my gosh. There we go, I accidentally touched my tripod, my bad, yo. We're actually going to special summon Red-Eyes Black Dragon with the Primite Roar. Sending that to grave. Now we have an extra layer of interaction with the Roar in grave. I'm actually going to try and fix the camera a little bit, sorry, so you can see my graveyard. Sorry about that, guys. So we have Lordly down here, we have the Metalmorph down here. So, special summoning that Red-Eyes, we're actually going to link off into Seals. Just to get a little extra type of interaction. I actually might play 2 Seals. Like, Typhon's good and all, but, like, sometimes 2 Seals could be a lot better than Typhon. Linking off these 2, because it requires 2 dragon monsters, and this is now a dragon, and this is also a dragon. Requiring 2 dragon monsters, sending those away. Then we can activate Flare Metal's effect, pitching the Red-Eyes Black Dragon from there to special summon another Red-Eyes Black Dragon. Then we can pitch the second one. We can actually, hold on a minute, we can cook here. No, I want to keep material on this guy. We also have the Metalmorph to tribute this Red-Eyes if we really need it. We have the Fusion for when, because we don't need to use Red-Eyes specifically to Fusion Summon Dragoon. We could just use Dark Magician and the other copy of Black Meteor Dragon in our hand, or even the Primite Imperial Dragon. It doesn't have to be 2 normals. I just like to use 2 normal monsters because then you get the 2 pops plus that just helps a lot in a lot of games. My deck is really one of the few that can actually utilize Dragoon to its fullest because of how many normals I use. But, you know, with this playstyle, I'm able to actually get a pretty decent hand or a pretty decent board out. We have a unbreakable, well, not unbreakable, undestroyable Red-Eyes Flare Metal. We have the fusion for crackback next turn. We have the cross out. We can actually set that just in case, you know, they want to do something crazy with us, you know. We could do a little more. Let's say they're trying to out the black dragon right there. We can actually special summon, you know. I believe this isn't just, this is not a hard one. Is this a hard once per turn? I want to make sure. Yeah, this is a soft once per turn. I actually couldn't do it anyway. Next turn, we're going to activate the Metalmorph, you know, contribute him. If they're ever going to out the black flare metal, you know, we have an option to special summon Red-Eyes Black Dragon. Black Full Metal. We get ourselves our Omni Burn. We have constant burning with this guy, and we have our bounce back summon with this. Really solid. Plus, we have cross out just in case they want to do something crazy, you know. And of course, we have Red-Eyes Fusion for the crackback. I think it's a very solid board, not too bad at all. A little different too from what we've seen. We don't see much Primite stuff. We did see the Lordly, but we used it for Roar. Plus also, oh, I forgot, Roar has an interruption itself, allowing us to banish their first normal summon, so they don't even get to get their normal summon off. I want to make sure. Let me see. Target monster in control as your graveyard. Banish one monster on the field. Less attack than that monster. Yeah, so you basically banish their monster. You target banish a card on the field, you know, when they normal summon. They will get their summon effect off, I believe, but it's still, you know, very solid card. Gets rid of a body, plus also, you know, kind of helps you with making sure the deck plays how you want it to. Overall, oh, sorry, that glare is pretty crazy. Overall, I think this is a pretty solid board. Crackable, of course. Oh, my God. Crackable, of course, but, you know, overall, I think it works. I think it doesn't do too shabby, you know. Does what it has to do. If they're about to out this, we can just send this away to special summon a Red-Eyes from grave, you know? It won't be too bad. Plus, then if we need to, if we absolutely need to for the Red-Eyes Fusion, we can just do that, you know, on end phase. If they can't out the board, we'll just, you know, BM and do that. You know, overall, pretty solid board. We're actually, I am going to do one more, you know? Maybe I'll show off the weaknesses of the deck, you know, because, oh my gosh, I keep hitting my camera. I'm so sorry, y'all. I would just go do a new recording, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. Sue me. Either way, we are going to, maybe I should have just stayed in the vault. Who knows? We are going to do just one more little test hand. You know, that was a pretty solid hand, I want to say. Not too bad at all. A lot of decks actually will have, oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't have my tripod just right in front of me. I'm basically staring through a ring light right now, you know, a little peek behind the scenes. I don't have a very good tripod, but either way, I feel like how, like, if I would turn the camera around, you would think I'm a little deep sea diver in a big suit, like a little diver suit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I basically have it. I'm basically straddling this little, tripod that I am using. A little TMI, but whatever. All right, let's cut this deck. Maybe we'll even see the weaknesses of the deck. Maybe we'll just draw all normal monsters, you know? I'm actually going to put this on the bottom. Who knows what that is? I actually don't know what that is. You know what that is. Oh, is there a... Nope, just my sleeves are poking out a little bit. Oh, well. We're going to draw a hand of 5. Ooh, Primite, not bad. Okay, Call By. That's actually a really good pull. Metal Illusionist, not too shabby. And we have Dark Magician and Imperm. You know, this hand became... decent to, ooh, you know, this is not the greatest hand in the world. Of course, we have 2 dead cards because we can't utilize Dark Magician without we can't utilize him without having this on the field. So unfortunately, that is how the cookie crumbles here. But we do get at least an Omni Negate. You know, set those 2. We're gonna set that little Metalmorph. Not too bad. You know, honestly, we get basically a similar amount of interaction we had in the last duel, except just a little less. Declare Dragon. We link off into Striker Dragon, and boom. You know, no, I'm kidding. Declare Dragon, you know, on opponent's draw phase, just kind of max Metalmorph. Oh, max Metalmorph, tributing Illusionist for the full metal, and if they really want to Ash Blossom it, you know, we have the Called by the Grave just in case, you know. That is basically what that board's going to be. Is it crackable? Yeah, like an imperm will stop it, you know, unfortunately. An imperm will stop him, and then we just got 2 interactions. But I was able to get through pretty crazy. Actually, I had a hand really similar to this in a duel where I dueled a Fire King Snake Eyes player, and I managed to go through with it. You know, I managed to get out of it with him still on the board. I think my end board was I used both of the Imperm and the Called by the Grave, and I think he managed to pop this, but he didn't have a way of getting over him, so I just stuck with him, and then I was able to, you know, I think I also had 2 dead cards in hand. My next draw would be that. That's not bad. You know, that's not bad at all. Special summon, you know, it's an extra, you know, swingage. Not terrible. Plus, we can, I think we can still tribute summon him. I think you have tribute. Yeah, you have to tribute a normal monster, unfortunately, but I mean, if you have these 2, I mean, you have this, that's 54k, you know, we've already probably burned them for up to maybe 2k or something, you know. Not a terrible hand, all things considered, not a terrible end board. I have won many duels with just him lone on the field. It was actually pretty funny. Some of my friends at the locals were just like, what? Like, you won with just that on the board? I think it was actually really similar, the same game. I actually drew the same card and, you know, swang, you know, swang. No, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Very, you know, in this day meta, it's a very, you know, if they have enough, if they have the out, they have the out, you know, but if we're able to get through with 3 interruptions, not too bad. It's not about the amount of interruptions, about how you use them, I've come to learn. Called by the Grave is a hell of a card against a deck that needs its graveyard. Yeah, so that is the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Wow, that was pretty lucky. I hope you guys enjoyed. The main big monsters of the, you know, deck that you're really going to be utilizing are these 2, plus, of course, this guy. These 3 are your main big monsters for the deck. You're most likely going to be oh my god, the glare. You're most likely going to be utilizing these guys the most. These are your main, like, trouble, you know, cards. Your main cards that are really going to win you the game. Like I said before in the deck profile video, sorry, that was really gross. Primite Lordly is, you know, your best starter for the Primates. This is really good for just your entire deck in general. You basically get the whole deck flowing with black metal, well, at least this version of it, and you get to have a lot of good interruption with it. And then as well as, I would say a close second to, like, really just an amazing card would probably be this. These guys kind of like Black Meteor really does support the entirety of the Dragoon play. If he's in graveyard, you get to just get this out if they don't have a way of stopping it. You just get him out, and then that usually breaks the board itself. Dragoon is a hell of a card. But Full Metal is definitely the big star of the show with the Primite guy and Dragoon being his side pieces for the battle. These are the main 6 cards I want to say of the deck. Some valuable, you know, mentions, I want to say. 4 at least just heavy hitters that people don't really like to acknowledge, I would say would be the Drill Beam. It is a really solid card. It got me out of many pickles where I'm stuck and they have one thing that just like is messing with me and I just Drill Beam it and it's gone and then I can play. It happened. I played against the Bestial Control and he did Quackimero Drago, which if you don't know, my whole deck is basically darks and lights with like a little hint of earth. So, yeah, that really stops me if I can't special summon my Dark Dragon monsters to special summon my one Earth normal summon my one Earth monster. So it really hurt me. So I was able to Primite Drill Beam him start of the turn and just wipe the field, get rid of him, and then eventually just piece by piece just picked apart his field and stopped him. So yeah, honorable mention is this. I want to say another honorable mention, especially if you're doing the Mirror, Druisworm, and Magnamut. I think I am going to cut my Bestial Lubellion, you know, because I don't own a Bestial Lubellion, unfortunately. I own Timaeus, the, you know, the other, Timaeus, the United Dragon. I own him, you know, but he's my Bestial Lubellion. But we have Magnemite and we have Druisworm. Timaeus is a very solid card. Oh, Timaeus, he's not Timaeus. This is a Bestial Lubellion. I swear, they're both light level 7 dragons. You know, it makes sense. I swear. You know, the whole branded package is good. I might just run 2 Regained since I'm only using him to get Regained. And if anything, these guys are kind of just like, I kind of always ran a dragon deck with just one of each. And I mean, I want to run more, but I just don't have the room. Maybe that's just, you know, maybe that'll bite me in the ass later, but the deck did go undefeated. Who knows if I'll get that same streak of luck next locals. You know, I might try this deck out again next locals with a little bit of tweaks. I might tweak up the, you know, like I said, get rid of Lubellion and, you know, really focus on just a little more power when it comes to helping him out. Maybe just another copy of an Incoming Machine, or maybe like another copy of Roar, or another copy of the Imperial Dragon. But overall, just working on a way of just making the deck just a little more consistent. Another star of the show, they're always glued together. Cross out, very great. Probably, like I said, I am a stark believer of 3 cross out. Someone commented in the previous video, yeah, I always have this in my hand, I guess, because I run 3. It's one of the few cards in this deck I do run 3 of, the other being Lordly Load. But I might make that 3rd card the Incoming Machine, which is really good Ash Bait. Totally. I might also just run a 2nd Regained just to try it. You know, I never really got to utilize Regained much in my duels, you know, I'll be honest. It was just in the deck. That's the only reason why I'm showcasing it, is just because it was in the deck. I never got to use it. But overall, hope you guys liked the in-depth discussion and the combo video. Obviously, at first glance, a lot of people are looking and being like, wow, that combo kind of sucked. Like, that was really lame. But, I mean, if you can use, like I said, it's not about the amount of interruptions you have. Well, sometimes it is. But in a deck like this, I'm used to just playing the slow game and just dueling with my best. One more, you know, 2 more honorable mentions would probably be Dark Armed and Red-Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. These guys save my ass a lot. Just an extra extender, and also just a board breaker. And also Big Eye, you know, it's a fun little card that I used once in a duel, and it won me the game. I was fighting a Blue Eyes player with a different day, not the Undefeated day, but I was fighting a Blue Eyes player, and I managed to get into this, and, you know, it was kind of funny. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy. You know, good evening, good morning, good night, you know, whatever time of day it is for you guys. If I don't see ya, you know, have a good night. Hope you guys are enjoying your day, enjoying your life. Thank you guys for watching the video and supporting the channel. I will try and post a video every week. Next week, I might showcase my Memento deck, or maybe I'll do something else that isn't Yu-Gi-Oh related. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. I like Dragon Ball, I like Pokemon, I like a bunch of stuff. I like a lot of nerdy things. Yu-Gi-Oh is probably my favorite hobby at the moment. It's a really fun game. I really want to get better at it, so I decided maybe if I post myself online, it'll force me to want to become better. And hey, it's working so far. So, again, sorry for dragging out this ending too long. Have a great night, guys. And if I don't see you later. Bye.